What's up, everyone? This is Tim from TimPlaysAGame here with 10 tips for Bob-omb Blast and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for the Nintendo Switch. Are you having trouble hitting players with Bob-ombs? Are you being singled out with Bob-omb attacks? Do you want to do better in online battles and tournaments? If the answer is yes, yes, and yes, then this video is for you. Follow these 10 simple tips and you'll be blasting your way to victory. Tip number 1. Gather Bob-ombs frequently. You can have as many as 10 Bob-ombs at once. It's always helpful to have a good supply of Bob-ombs to not only attack unsuspecting opponents when the opportunity presents itself, but also to fend off aggressive opponents following you. Tip number 2. Using multiple Bob-ombs increases your chances to score. Don't just throw one Bob-omb hoping to hit someone. Instead, use many Bob-ombs at once to increase your odds of hitting one or more opponents. Leave a string of Bob-ombs behind you to take out anyone following you or driving behind you. Remember, it's easy to get more Bob-ombs from item boxes, especially during the last minute of the game. Tip number 3. Avoid the middle of the map. The middle of the map is the sweet spot for attacks, so definitely try to avoid this and stick to the perimeter. This is a defensive maneuver, and I wouldn't recommend going into the middle unless you are desperate for Bob-ombs or points. Tip number 4. Try not to lose your last balloon. In Bob-omb Battle, you are given 5 balloons to start, but lose your last balloon and you'll lose half of your points, and given 3 balloons to keep playing. If you find yourself running out of balloons, it may be time to change your strategy and play more defensively. Tip number 5. Take out the leader. Person wearing the crown is the current leader. If you want to win, you're going to have to take them out. When they lose their last balloon, their score will be cut in half. With more points for you and less points for your opponents, this is an effective and very aggressive strategy. Tip number 6. Drop Bob-ombs near item boxes. A more passive strategy is to drive through a cluster of item boxes, dropping a string of Bob-ombs as you drive through. Players will naturally gather item boxes often, and laying Bob-ombs at these locations could yield some easy points. Even if you lay one Bob-omb near item boxes when other players are nearby, could score an easy point. Tip number 7. Hold the item button to throw Bob-ombs further. Holding the ZR button for a couple seconds before releasing it will launch a Bob-omb much further. This can be useful in hitting opponents without getting close to them. You can also tap the ZR to shoot a Bob-omb very closely in front of you. Tip number 8. Look behind you frequently. If you're in the lead, chances are players will start tailing you and raining Bob-ombs down on you. It will be a good idea to keep looking over your shoulder. If you see a bunch of players following you, unload a string of Bob-ombs behind you. Chances are that will score you some points and keep the other players off your tail. Tip number 9. Keep an eye on the minimap. You're going to want to see where other players are to either avoid them or plan an attack. Not only can you see the location of every player, but you can also see explosions from Bob-ombs. Use this map to avoid areas where Bob-ombs are exploding frequently. And finally, tip number 10. Keep moving. The most difficult to hit target is a moving target, so keep going and try not to stop or slow down. Try to avoid driving in straight lines, as it makes you more likely to be hit by Bob-ombs. Constantly moving will make it easier for you to dodge enemy attacks and find opponents to attack. This has been 10 tips for Bob-omb Blast and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for the Nintendo Switch. If you have any more tips or questions for me, feel free to post them in the comment section below. As always, I want to thank you all for watching. This is Tim from TimPlaysAGame signing off, and good night.